What's going on? I'm back finally. I went out of the country for a little while, came back, dealt with some personal issues. I was kind of a Debbie Downer for a little while, and now I'm back. It's been a few months since I've actually filmed anything, but well, I'll take that back. I've filmed this thing already. I didn't have an intro. I rebuilt the transmission in the car. It's done, so stay tuned for that. And some other things I guess I got coming up. I don't remember what all I filmed on this, honestly. Well, I got the car up on the blocks. We got the lawnmower pushed out of the way. So now my buddy Matt just showed up. We're going to start getting this transmission out real quick. And hopefully real easy. Right, first things first, I'm going to drain the transmission. We'll start draining out all the old fluid and start taking out everything around it. Alright, my buddy Matt and I have been jamming out. He's trying to take the cross member loose here. We got everything pretty much done except for the cross member and the bell housing bolts. And the dipstick tube, we'll take that loose, but it's attached by a bell housing bolt. I got everything loose. I had to cut my transmission cooler lines right there, the rubber part, because it would not come loose up there for some reason, but that's not a big deal. Well, it's the next evening. We actually got the transmission out of the car. It's sitting right here. It literally took us 45 minutes to do. That's using all hand tools, and that's including putting the car up on those wooden stands. I didn't really feel much because when my buddy Matt and I get together, we just start jamming out, getting things done, and this is it. But I am going to do a few things tonight on her. I'm going to take off the TV cable, or my throttle valve cable, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to get this thing removed, and it's just basically a 10mm bolt and unhooking a hook, and this thing comes off. And I'm also going to slide out the torque converter and just lay it right here on the floor. This whole transmission, I got a guy that's going to rebuild it. This thing's going to be able to handle up to 600 horsepower, and he's also going to take my torque converter, since there's nothing wrong with it, and he's going to flush it out because it has some burn up. The transmission fluid in this thing smells burnt, so he's actually going to go through that and fix that for me. So good to go with that. So that'll be it on this. And also tonight I'm going to go ahead and start removing the old transmission cooler. I'm just going to get that out of the way. So got a few little things to do, so let's get cracking. Okay, I got the TV throttle valve cable off. This is a common problem that gives problems with these 700 R4s. If you don't have this properly adjusted, it will burn one down. Basically, you have this cable end. Let me find it. Kind of pushed it through. There it is. You got this little cable end right here, that little hole. It hooks into this little hook right here. You can see it right there. That little hook right there. And basically, when you give it throttle, it pulls up on that hook, just like that, and gives you throttle valve or line pressure. That's one thing I always checked on my car. Make sure this is adjusted right, because I'm really big on that, because I know that's what causes problems with these. And here's my torque converter. Obviously I just slid right out. You can smell that fluid, it stinks. But that's it for the transmission for now. I got to take it to the transmission shop on Monday. Today's Wednesday, so it'll be sitting here for this weekend, not a big deal. So now let's remove the old transmission cooler. Well, I got the old transmission cooler out. I got my new one here to go in, but I'm going to have to build brackets for it, because it has this little hump right here in the middle, right here my finger's on, and it just teeter-tots. So I'm going to have to build brackets for this thing to raise it up just a little bit, and plus I want to kind of get it more close in front of the fan. But it's almost 11 o'clock, and I don't feel like cutting and grinding tonight because it's getting kind of late, so I guess we'll further this project on another day, and I guess we'll move on to the next thing. Well, the day has come. We got the transmission loaded up. We're going to go take her to the transmission shop. It's a little bit over an hour away from where I'm at, so I'm going to get the torque converter. We're going to load this thing. I'm going to strap this thing up, and I'm going to be heading on my way. Well, the transmission got dropped off. My camera died. I forgot to turn it off when I left, so luckily I ended up having a power cord in my truck I didn't know about. But it died. I got it dropped off. He's supposed to tear it apart. He's going to call me in a day or two, let me know what all I need, and get a price together and what options I want to do to it. But anyway, I stopped by my buddy's Matt's shop here he works at. You can see the he works at this it's called Intune. They tune cars and stuff and build motors and everything. Look at the all the cars over there in that parking lot. We call it the field of broken dreams. Those are all people's cars that they've need to be fixed and blah blah blah, but they haven't ever brought any money or anything to get their cars done. We call it the field of broken dreams. Well, it's actually been a couple weeks later. I've been sick. I've had everything from a cold slash a sinus infection slash everything else. My son, he's been sick. He's been dealing with that. He's been on antibiotics. It's just been a mess. But I did work on this a little bit last night. I got the transmission cooler ready to go in. It's kind of just sitting in here. But what I did was I went ahead and made some brackets last night for it. I basically cut 2 of these out and drilled 2 holes through them. I'll space it out just enough to mount inside there. Got both of them ready to go. Got the bolts for it and everything, so we're going to mount that. Got my transmission back from the transmission shop. He did a good job on this. Roderick's Transmission in Knoxville, Tennessee. I can't say enough about that guy. Merle is his name. Did a really good job. He went through, like I said, the first and second accumulator in the transmission was stuck, and it had a crack in it, so it wasn't building up pressure a whole lot. He said that was probably why I had soft shifts on that, and the third and fourth clutches were gone. They were burned up. So he beefed there. He's put a beast stun shell in it, heavy duty clutches, and wideband, everything you can do to one for the price I had got it in. And the other trick part I put in it was a TCI constant pressure valve body in it. I put that in there, so should be good to go. But she's built, ready to go. Killer price on that, great warranty. I'm really excited about this. Still has the TV cable, but that's basically a shift cable now, so not a big deal. So now we're getting ready to jam this in here. My buddy Matt's on his way here. We're going to jam this in, get this thing done really as quick as possible tonight. It took us 45 minutes last time. That was taking it out, and that was including putting it up on the wooden stands. So tonight we're going to get this done, try to get it knocked out. Well, it's the next day. We got the transmission put in. It's about 90% done. We called it quits because we were hungry. And so the only things I have left to do is finish topping off the transmission fluid. I got another gallon to put in there. Finish up the transmission cooler. We got it mounted. I got one line done today. I'm going to finish up the second one. I just started on that one just a minute ago. Get that done, put the cover back on, bolt it down. And I also got to put in my shift cable, or this used to be a TV cable on this engine, but this transmission, but now it's a shift cable. So I got to get that put on, and a new distributor cap. The reason why I need a new distributor cap was when the transmission was out, the engine was tilted back. This distributor is resting against the distributor. I didn't think it would hurt it. The rotor button was facing towards the back of the car, and ended up breaking the tip of the rotor button off. So I got a new cap and rotor button from Summit Racing, ordered it last night, and it showed up here just a few minutes ago. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here. Pretty cool stuff. So basically what I'm going to be doing is finishing up this cooler hose, this last one. I have this little adapter I got from Summit for doing fittings like this, put on my vise. Basically it's the push lock style. Put a little bit of lube on the hose, slide it on there, and then I actually fight it on there is basically what I've been doing. Then I'm going to take this off and put it on the car, kind of measure how long the hose needs to be for the 90 degree that goes on the transmission side, and then take it back off and put it on, cut it and take it back off and put it on. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Then I'm going to put the distributor cap on, and then I'm going to put the TV cable on and fill it up with transmission fluid, and this thing should be ready to start. Well, it's the next day. The transmission's in my car, but as you can see, I'm here at the shop I work at. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys the shop that I work at, but this is it. This is part of it. This is the area where I work at, me and another buddy of mine. But anyway, I got this. I've been working on it. I actually had to come here for insurance on this Tacoma here. We're having to put a knock sensor harness in it, and the guy has some kind of special insurance or whatever, and they had to come by and look at it, and a rat chewed it. For some reason with Toyotas, I don't know what it is about the harnesses. I don't know what the harness is made out of or what, but they seem to attract a lot of rodents. But anyway, so I was driving my car here. I decided, I'm going to take this thing for a drive. I'm really excited about driving this thing. And I started driving it, and I started hearing this thump, 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 thump noise. It started getting louder and louder. Passenger side front wheel bearing crapped out on me. Metal pieces were all inside there. So I got new wheel bearings coming. Then I went to take the, before I took that apart, I went to take the wheel off, and 2 studs broke. So, that's how this goes. Try to work on your own stuff and just other things fall apart. Good stuff, but I got some parts ordered. I'm waiting on the delivery people to deliver them. Then we'll get all this put back together, and I'll take you guys for a ride, hopefully. I don't know if y'all can see it, but that guy's been standing down there for 30 minutes waving at traffic and throwing stuff, acting just all crazy, just staring people down. I don't know if you can see him. transmission. I can't believe how bad the other one was. It was slipping so bad, but as you can just tell, I mean, I just barely give it some throttle and she takes off. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is done. The transmission side is done. It shifts good, takes off good, no issues whatsoever. Super excited about that. I've already ordered another part for it. I got a new brake booster coming for it. This one kind of leaks a little bit internally, and I'm going to paint the new one black. I don't really like the red anyway, I never have. But that's it for this video. Finally, I've been trying to get this video done for over a month now. Believe it or not, something always happens in life with me. And I'm still persistent though. I'm still going to make it through it and not give up. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys liked it. Click the like, subscribe button if you haven't already. I think I've earned it on this one. And y'all be good to one another. Enjoy life while you have it. And get outside and do something you've never done before. Or just do something. Don't sit around watching YouTube and TV all dang day long. Your life will pass you by before you know it. So that's it though. Y'all be good. And don't take people for granted either. One day they're here, the next day they could not be. Y'all be good though. See you later. See you next time. Bye.